8:45 on the morning show with Jeff and Will. We are back. That's the last time you're going to be hearing the theme song this morning. As we bring you into the weekend, I, of course, am Will. Joining me this morning, filling in for Jeff, is, of course, Michael.
Yup.
And joining us, as he does every Friday at this time, all the way from Marcello's Ristorante. Why? It's Marcello himself. Good morning, Marcello. How are you this morning?
Good morning, everybody. Very good.
A good morning indeed. And how are you this fine, cloudy, little moist, little foggy morning?
Well, yesterday was gorgeous, right?
It was.
It was an incredible day. Actually, we had about 2-3 days. Great. I took a nice trip Monday to the Amish country.
Wow.
So I went to, the village, the Amish village, and it was really very nice. And then we took the tour, and they took us to see where the Amish people live, and see all the agriculture. It's amazing. I knew about the Amish people, but not as deep as they were explained to us. And
were you inspired to make any dishes
believe it or not, I bought all the asparagus they had around the shop.
Oh, you bought the asparagus, really?
Yeah, they were incredible, beautiful. Oh, I mean, as a tender, as really nice. I bought some tomatoes there. I bought some cheese. I bought some, anything that. Some sweet chards. I
have any new recipes that were inspired by it, or are you just going to use those for some of the dishes that you already have on the menu?
Yeah, it's just basically, listen, food, it's not like, food, it's just about the product itself. For example, when I came home, and my wife says, let's make the asparagus that we bought it, because we both were working at the end of Tuesday night, so we went there Monday, and we came back Tuesday night, to work. So I made a dish, a very simple dish. I saute a breast of a chicken, okay, with a little bit of olive oil and butter.
Right.
Okay, I poached the asparagus, then I sliced the asparagus, then I put a little bit of smoked prosciutto, okay, sliced in the chicken, and then I dropped the asparagus. And then I served as simple as that,
There you go.
Yeah, because you don't want to, if you're masquerading too much the items, then you don't taste anything. It's just like when you put Parmesan cheese over clams, I mean, you don't test anymore the clams, you only test the cheese, so.
Right. That's a similar way they explain, mixing music to people, is if you add too many tracks on there, you're going to hide what's most important about that. I suppose you could sort of say it like that.
Exactly. Anyway, yesterday I did have a little bit of a problem in Suffern with the outside sittings.
What happened?
Well, the COVID is still on. I'm sorry, but I get a lot of phone calls with people. They say, when you open the outside.
Right.
But the town has not made the decision.
Still?
They're arriving into the month of May, okay, and nobody in the town has said, go ahead, open the outside. As of now, I can only put a table of 2 people. It can be only 2 feet away from the building. So what happened to yesterday? Last year. Last year they gave us the permit, to have the 2 parking space outside, where the pedestrian can go around. And I got, to put the tables in. I was able to put, 20 seats, 25 seats. Now I can do nothing. I mean, until, the trustee, they meet, and they talk. I spoke to the mayor. He says, well, I have to talk to the trustee. I said, well, then talk to the trustee. Do an emergency meeting. I need an efficiency here. I know that a day is in vacation, is in things. I tried to talk to the assemblyman from the state. I didn't have his phone number, so I tried to reach him on social media, but he didn't answer me too. So it was a terrible day. It was so beautiful outside, and I had no customers. I had no customers yesterday. I had the music, but the only thing I had 12 takeouts. Means 24 people got the takeout.
Wow.
But
You did have a musical act though yesterday?
yeah, I had a musical act. The poor guy had only 4 customers and one at the bar. Okay, everybody was outside. Everybody were somewhere outside, either on the patio. But I realized that people didn't want to be inside, no matter what. It was gorgeous. I got a few phone call. They wanted to sit outside. I didn't have the permit to do that, and I got mad.
Would you be able to do, I know you don't have the permit, but hypothetically, if you wanted to, would you be able to make a space for one of your acts to perform outside for an outdoor audience?
And where are they going to sit?
No idea.
listen.
You have the room, of course. That's what I was at. Like, would you have the room for
Listen,
it?
you guys, I don't know how young you are, but I had 6 mayors in my life. I've been in Suffern 36 years. 36 years. And I say to people, if you want something going good, you have to preventing, okay? You have to say, it's going to be summer. Mother's Day is around the corner. We're going to plant the flowers, okay? What are we going to do with the outside? Nothing? Oh, but it's the state. But if the state still say that it's COVID, we still have on the rise this COVID, okay, and if the state allows us to sell wine, they made a law, that we can sell wine for another year or two, okay, with food on the takeout.
Right.
Why they would not allow again the sidewalk, dining? What's the difference between, people are still afraid. I still have 25 to 30% of the people that they will not come to eat inside.
But you had that permit before, you said, last
Well,
year,
last year and the year before, they allowed it. The only thing they needed to do is call an emergency meeting, talk to each other, okay, and say, listen, let's extend it, for another year. Okay, and then everybody's happy because most of the people now in Suffern, either they got the tent, either they got the backyard, okay, and only me and Sushi Butter are the 2 other restaurants, that maybe we can use the outside. Otherwise, we are the one that we're going to be armed. And I don't want to do nothing, against anybody. I don't want to creating a big problem, but I like efficiency. I like to say, what's the difference between last year and this year? People are still afraid. How many people, somebody of you got COVID? I had people that got COVID, customers that canceling because they got COVID. I understand it's no more mortal. I understand that people don't go to the hospital, and occupy the hospital. But people, they still got it, and for 3, 4, 5 days, they stay home. Mother's Day. Do you know how many cancellations I got for Mother's Day?
we do not.
75 cancellations.
Wow.
Okay? I got 75 cancellations between Saturday and Sunday morning. All on open table, because I have an open table. Now, maybe people made the reservations in different places. Yeah, but it's unusual that you make reservation on open table. Means you have to put your name, telephone number, email address, and then in 1 or 2 days you cancel. There is a reason, some people get a cold and they say that it's COVID, and they say, well, we cannot meet the grandma, we cannot meet mother. That now we're recuperating, during the day. I shoot a video on Sunday morning, right? When I start to see all the cancellation, I shoot a video, and then I made a decision, okay, to take also take out on that day, okay, and then to open up the whole menu. Because remember, I told you I had a menu that was like a 4-course meal, and the only thing they could have choose was the entree. But I had all the reservations, the menu was there. But then I opened the takeout, and I was able to recuperating about 20 to 25 people doing takeout. That is hard.
Right.
It's hard to take out and then do a party of 8, a party of 10, a party of 12, and then start to putting things inside the containers. But I made that, and I was able to take care of some of the customers, that they couldn't come to the restaurant, with the takeout. You know,
No, that makes sense. I mean, with the lifting of the pandemic restrictions, when the numbers went really far down, I guess one could understand that people might be a little more cautious about going out now that less and less people are taking other precautions to prevent the spread at this point. And numbers have gone up a little bit. I mean, hospitalizations numbers haven't been rising in as well, but case numbers are still going up, I suppose. But did the one final question on this, and then we can obviously talk about what's coming up. Did they at all, like when you talked to the mayor and other people, did they give you maybe a tentative date on when they might be able to give you a confirmed answer as to whether or not they're giving you the license or anything?
well, if you follow the bureaucracy, it will be in 2 months from now. If you follow the,
Yeah,
but that's not the case. In other times, if people they like the village, the old people they're living in the village. The only thing they have to do is meet. It's not like meet, talk, and usually a mayor, steps up a little bit, helps the business people. Now, I mean, I don't want to be a baby. I mean, to me, to work outside requires more labor. I have to open the doors, air conditioners. It requires me to have a person outside. But if people don't want to come inside, that means I lose the customers against Ridgewood, against Westwood, against everybody that has a parking space on their own.
Right.
I mean, if they did it in the last 2 years, why can't they do this year too? We're still in COVID. Once the COVID completely disappear, okay, there is no more case, there's nothing at all, people are not afraid, then you want to eliminate it? God bless.
Yeah, I mean, they do still say they do still call it a pandemic, so that does make sense. Now, we've been talking about what might come in the future and what has already come to pass, but what is confirmed coming in the future for Marcello's?
Well, the only thing
let the people know?
the only thing that's coming in the future, and it will be next Thursday, it will be a Scotch dinner. Okay, we're gonna have so people that love Scotch. Okay, we're going to have a Glenmore. It's a famous Scotch, and then we're gonna give a little taste of Scotch, usually an ounces of Scotch, for every courses. So it's going to be a beautiful dinner at Marcello. So if any one of the listener, they love Scotch, please go to our website, marcellosgroup.com, and we have a menu listed on the website, okay, about what it's how much it costs, what's available, and what type of Scotch we're going to serve, okay, and that will be on the website, marcellosgroup.com. Okay, so that is next Thursday. Now, also last Wednesday night, I was in Ridgewood, okay, doing a cooking class inside an olive oil store. It's called the Oliver Twist Olive Oil Company, where they have some of my chef gourmet products. So I was there, and then I had 20 ladies, that they did a cooking class right into the store. And, we made a salad dressing. And then I use their olive oil because that's the only thing that I don't have over there as my product is my 2 olive oil. So we serve their olive oil and balsamic. Then we made a pesto sauce, with pasta, with one of my pasta. And then we made a vodka and radicchio sauce. So everybody really, they enjoyed, okay? And that's why when I was in Ridgewood, then I went into expecting all the other restaurants, with the outside seatings. And, everything still was there, so... Anyway,
well, if you want to make reservations for that upcoming Scotch event or any other day that Marcello's happens to be open, of course, you're welcome to do so by getting the information on marcellosgroup.com. Or real quick, what's the number they could call?
845-357-9108. And see you next week. Ciao.
So much, Marcello. Have a great week.
Ciao, ciao.